Okay, so have you ever like stopped and thought about like how much dating has changed?
Yeah, especially like post-pandemic, it's crazy.
Right. And I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh, we should totally do a deep dive into like a little Bataille.
Oh yeah, Yolanda Armstrong, she
She
had
has some really interesting thoughts
yeah.
on like where dating is headed and like all of this stuff about like dating apps and stuff.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I just think it's such a fascinating topic because it's something that like everybody is like either doing or thinking about or like has some experience with.
Right, and it's like we're all so connected now with technology, but it's like, are we actually connecting
Yeah. It's like
with each other?
that's like what I was thinking about. Like all these dating apps are like connecting us in a way.
No, are they really?
But like are there so Yolanda like she talks about this whole like shift from
And
like
old school dating,
yeah, like old school
to
dating.
the courtship and stuff,
Yeah, like asking permission and like
calling the parents,
phone calls and like, now it's like
Snapchat.
Snapchat
Yeah.
and like swiping through like a million profiles and
Yeah, you just like ghost people.
yeah, like you're talking to like 5 people at once and it's like what even is that?
I know, and it's like it's efficient, right? Like you can kind of filter through people,
Yeah, you can like see if you have things in common.
see if you vibe.
Yeah, and like weed out the ones that you're like absolutely not.
Totally.
But then it's like, are you really getting to know anybody?
Right. Are you losing those like real life
Yeah.
interaction skills?
Like how do you even talk to somebody in person anymore?
Right. You're so used to like crafting the perfect text or like,
Like the witty banter back and forth.
yeah.
But then like you get in person, you're like,
Yeah. You're like,
Well-
oh, I don't actually know how to talk to you.
yeah.
Or like read your body language or.
Yeah. Yolanda was saying like people are becoming like desensitized to like the real deal.
Yeah. Like a real date.
Yeah, like what even is a date anymore? Is it just like meeting up for like a quick drink?
Right. Is it like a walk in the park? What is it?
Yeah, and it's like, are we losing the ability to like
Mhm.
have those like fun dates
Right. Like the classic dinner and a movie.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
or like mini golf or something?
Or like a picnic or something. Yeah.
Like something cute and like
It's like, are we too scared to like put ourselves out there like that?
it's so weird.
It is weird. Like this whole thing is so weird.
Yeah.
But it's like the good, the bad, and the algorithm, right?
Right.
Like Yolanda points out, like online dating can be
Positive and negative.
totally like you can meet people you never would have met before.
Expand your horizons.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe meet someone from a different country.
Yeah, and like you can like build a foundation. Like when she says like online, you kind of like
Get to know each other.
yeah, like get a sense of like who they are and like
Their interests.
yeah. But then it's like, does that actually translate to real life? Right? Like, have you ever had that experience where you're like talking to someone online and you're like, oh my God, we're like soulmates.
Yeah.
And then you meet them and you're like,
Yeah.
oh.
It's like the ick.
It's like, oh no, this is not
Yeah.
this is not it.
This is not what I thought it was. And
Yeah.
it's like, why?
Right. Like what is it about that in-person interaction that's like missing?
Yeah. It's like you can't replicate that through a screen. Like the energy,
the vibes.
like the pheromones or like whatever it is.
That
Like,
spark.
yeah.
You can't get that through a text.
Well,
Like
that-
no matter how many emojis you use.
Exactly.
Like you got to be there
Yeah,
in
no.
person to feel it.
So what's the future of dating? Like, where do we go from here?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yolanda thinks, like, things might come full circle.
Interesting.
Like, she's envisioning, like, dating apps actually leading to, like, more offline connections.
I like that.
Yeah, she's like, oh, maybe these apps will help us find people with shared interests.
Right. And then you take it from there.
Yeah, and then, like, you get together and you do those things together. Like,
Oh, go on a hike.
yeah, go on a hike. Or, like,
Go to a concert.
yeah, go to a concert. Or, like,
in a book club.
yeah, and, like, actually connect, like, in real life.
Right.
Which is, like, kind of what we were talking about before. Like,
Like the old school way.
yeah, but, like, a new school version of it.
Yeah, like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Like using technology to facilitate those real life connections.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah, and it's like we're seeing that already. Right?
Yeah, like all these experience-based dating things. Like
Yeah.
there's hiking groups and cooking classes and
Yeah.
all these things where you can meet people who have similar interests.
Yeah, and like you're already doing something that you enjoy.
Right. So there's already like a common ground.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not just like awkward small talk.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, we're both here because we love to paint,
right. Or we both love to like,
hike or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a more natural way to connect.
yeah. And maybe like sparks will fly.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. You never know.
It's like so crazy to think like technology has like revolutionized dating.
It really has.
But like at the end of the day, it's still about like
Human connection.
Yeah, like actually connecting with another human being.
Right. And like building those relationships.
Yeah, and like being present and like
Yeah.
experiencing life together.
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, like as you're out there dating,
Yeah.
think about like what role can technology play
Yeah.
in helping you find those deeper connections?
Yeah.
And like maybe it's just a starting point.
Yeah.
Like use those apps to find people who share your passions
Mm-hmm.
and then take it offline.
Yeah, and like actually go do those things together.
Go on an adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
And who knows, you might find love along the way.
You never know.
And even if you don't, you'll have some cool experiences.
Yeah, and like meet some new people.
Right. And like expand your horizon.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
So yeah, like Yolanda's vision for the future of dating.
It's pretty optimistic.
It is.
But I think it's something to like,
Strive for.
yeah, and to keep in mind as you're navigating this whole crazy world of modern dating.
Yeah, it's a jungle out there.
It is.
But we'll get through it
Yeah.
together.
Together.
All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good deep dive.
I love talking about dating.
Me too. It's so fascinating.
All right. Well, until next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.